Welcome to On Air. Today we have a very special guest, Deb Bixler, one of the 50 most powerful people in all of direct selling. In fact, she came in at number 44 last year. Also, she made the list of the Women of Power, the 30 most powerful women in direct selling, where she came in at number 18. She's going to be here in just a second. We're going to have a great conversation with her on how to use the funnel system. It's a system that's been around for some time, but one that is very rarely used in direct selling, and if used, not used in the most effective way. This is one of Deb's specialties. She talks about it all the time, and she's going to share with you how to use the funnel system to really build great leads. I think you'll really get a lot out of this. So here we are, my conversation with Deb Bixler. Okay, everyone, welcome back to On Air. Today's Friday. We have a very special guest, as I said. We have Deb Bixler, the creator of Create a Cash Flow Show website, industry consultant, party plan expert, reigning Power 50 most powerful and influential people, number 44, and also made the Direct Selling Live Women of Power, the Power 30, number 18. Deb, how are you?
I am terrific, Keeper. Thanks for having me here today. This is really exciting to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are really excited to have you as well. I talk about you a lot on my show. In fact, I talked about you yesterday on the show and leading up to this. And I also spoke about you on Monday because leading up to the Power 50 announcement for 2012, Power 54, which will be broadcast live on Direct Selling Live January 26th, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we're running down last year's Power 50. And so on Monday or Tuesday is when we got to the group that included you. And as anyone knows, whenever I talk about you, it's always one of my all-time favorite people in all of direct selling.
Well, you're very generous too, Keeper. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to remember the day that the Power 50 is going to be announced because it's the day before my birthday.
Well, I suspect you will be on it once again. Deb, let's talk about some business here. Let's talk about some direct selling, how to create wealth, how to create money. With On Air, we talk about any and everything, as you know. And when I say any and everything, I mean any and everything from business to social to just anything from A to Z, because I think all of it impacts a direct seller globally, and all of it's worth talking about. But there's no greater topic in direct selling than creating money. You have the website Create a Cash Flow Show, which was featured last week on the show as one of the top 5 blogs in all of direct selling. And I see your camera reset. That's okay. We will fix it, as they say, in post. But as one of the top 5 blogs, it was there's such an originality to it, and the title "Create a Cash Flow Show." Let's talk about that. How it all came about, what it is, if you could. Well, I think we're losing you. We're losing you certainly on the audio part of all of this. We just dropped out. Well, we'll be right back.
No family can survive on 2 incomes anymore, let alone 1. If you are supplementing your family's income working from home, then tune into The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. Host Deb Bixler brings you sales tips, lead generation systems, and best business practices that guarantee direct sales success. Whether you're looking for a little extra cash or a career change, The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio will give you proven systems that will work in your home business. The Cash Flow Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on World Talk Radio Variety.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Ango. We've done it.
Well, everyone, we are back. We have reconnected with the great, the legendary Deb Bixler. How are you, Deb?
I'm perfect, Keeper. Technology gets you on it.
Yeah, certainly not the most perfect of operations today, but you know what? We soldier on, don't we?
Yes, we do. Where were we?
Before we broke off in this segment, you were telling us how to create a cash flow show came about. You were starting to tell us about the name.
Actually, yeah, the name came out because create a cash flow show party plan schedule. In other words, have a consistent income because you have a consistent party plan show schedule. Create a cash flow show, as in your home party show.
Okay, all right. Now, you are very, very big on party plans. This is really your area of expertise.
Absolutely, and it's a great business model, and one of the reasons why it works so well is because it creates connections and emotional contact with people, and that's what sales is all about, really, connections.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk really quick before we take our break. We're trying to run up against some time here. But let's talk about the website. What is it when people visit it? What do they get to experience? What is it that they're going to learn?
Well, we have quite a wide variety of things. We have over 500 pages of free training, whether it be audio training, articles, video training on the blog part of the website. And then we have products that are specific to party plan that teach consultants how to have a consistent party plan schedule, how to perfect their party plan presentation, or how to generate leads. And so there's a lot of free resources, as well as people who want to have more intense training can purchase products.
When people come to the site, is there a particular area that gets the most attention?
Actually, the radio show, and I have a redirect that goes straight to the radio show. It's cashflowshowradio.com, is every Wednesday. And we get a lot of traffic, a lot of listeners, actually about 9,000 people worldwide per month listen to the Cash Flow Show Direct Sales Radio, and it's free all over the world.
Wow, 9,000 people per month. I see your screen jumped on us again. It's just having fun over there. Your show, you've been doing the radio show for how long now?
It's close to a year. I think February will be, early spring of 2012 will be a year. We were doing a live training by teleseminar prior to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you mentioned the radio show, you said Wednesday. Just tell us, what time does the radio show start?
It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and, it's internet radio, so listeners just go to the host page and listen for free anywhere in the world.
Now, you've been involved in direct selling for how long?
I started in direct selling in 2000, so about 11 years.
And right before we got cut off, you were telling us that you really were looking to not only just supplement, but replace the income from your corporate job, and you did that pretty fast. 9 months is very, very fast.
Yes, I had a decision. I went to school I'm a chef, I'm a trained chef, and I went to school for culinary arts. And what I did was I was actually working as the general manager of a French restaurant at the time. I'd been there for 10 years and been in the food service business for 30, and I took a pay cut on my job so that I could dedicate more time to my business, and I worked both jobs 40 hours a week for 9 months, and the intent was to quit one or the other at the end of 9 months, and it was good. I was able to quit my full-time job. Worked the way I wanted to.
Outstanding. We're getting ready to take a break, but this is what we're going to talk about when we come back with the next segment. It's all about leads. It's all about having a funnel of people somehow constantly coming to you and then through your entire process. And one of the things you're very well known for is talking about the funnel system of creating leads. So when we come back, that's what we're going to talk about with Deb Bixler here on OnAIR.
No family can survive on 2 incomes anymore, let alone 1. If you are supplementing your family's income working from home, then tune into The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio. Host Deb Bixler brings you sales tips, lead generation systems, and best business practices that guarantee direct sales success. Whether you're looking for a little extra cash or a career change, The Cash Flow Show, Direct Sales Radio will give you proven systems that will work in your home business. The Cash Flow Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time on World Talk Radio Variety.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Zango. We've done it.
Welcome back to On Air with Keeper. Today is Friday. We have special guest Power 50, reigning Power 50, number 44. Sorry about that, Deb. Number 44, Deb Bixler, and Women of Power, number 18, Deb Bixler. How are you, Deb?
I am terrific, and I'm grateful to be here today. I can't imagine, Keeper, that you could possibly remember all 50 people in their exact place in the lineup.
Well, that's called sticky notes.
50 of them all around,
the Post-it notes. Deb, I am so busy. I have far too much on my plate, but no one wants to hear about that. What we want to hear about is leads, how to create leads to make your business very, very successful. It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to read about it. It's another thing to put the theory into practice. And as I look around the internet and I read a lot of books, there are so many trainers. Oh my goodness. We have been doing a segment every week on the funniest trainers on the internet, and these people are positioning themselves as experts for creating leads, generating sales for your business. We almost have more trainers and consultants than we have distributors, and as more people focus on trying to become a consultant, they move away from the business. You obviously are extremely successful, one of the best known people at creating leads, and you've got this system that you like to use called the funnel system. I think that's the name, but you'll tell us more about it. So tell us how it works, what it's all about.
Well, and the funnel system is a very old-fashioned training tool that was often used for training salespeople in the real estate industry and in different industries that generate leads that are very similar to direct selling. And the thing about the funnel is that it's often misunderstood. It's basically 2 concepts. Most people think it's like, you put a whole bunch of leads in the top and then money comes out the bottom. And that is one piece of the funnel. And the point is not just a whole bunch of leads, but really having multiple lead generation systems. For example, in direct sales, friends, family, neighbors, school, work, churches, those are all kind of fall into one lead generation category called acquaintances. In Home Party Plan,
Deb, you sent us a couple of graphics that we're going to get ready to show. The one that you're talking about, is this the one where it's just a funnel, or is this the one that has like the tornado and people are just dropping down? Okay, let us pull this up so people can see it as you continue to talk about it.
Right. The sales funnel is the multicolored one. It's the graphic, and you can see that there's lots of generation systems for leads coming in the top. We have a tendency in direct sales as leaders to teach our team to make a list of their top 50 or top 100 people that they've known since kindergarten and go ask them to have a show. Right. And that's all acquaintances, and those are good lead generation systems and great ways to start a business, and yet no brick and mortar business, no quote real world business just calls up schedules their first 6 friends to come in and do business and then sits back and waits for it all to happen. And so there's other ways to find business, such as putting a system into place to go to fairs and expos every single month. I recommend that every consultant goes to 2 a month. One as a vendor, where you set up a table and network with the guests, and one as a guest, where you pay your $2, you go in and you network with the vendors. Twice a month, that's a system of constantly bringing strangers into your business, offering yourself as a free public speaker, not to thousands of people, but there's workshops and clubs all over, where no matter where you live, service organizations are always having little meetings where they need free speakers. 1 in 10 of the people in attendance will have an interest in your services. Fairs, libraries, banks, schools, fundraisers for organizations, and the internet, just putting many varieties of leads in, not just friends, families, and neighbors. That's the first funnel sales concept, that you put massive leads in the top of a wide variety of lead systems.
All right.
But the other concept of the funnel that's often overlooked in the other graphic that I gave you, just it's black and white, it's a little picture of the
pulling
funnel.
it up right now. Here it comes.
Cool.
Okay, everyone
Excellent.
can see it.
It's when they come in the top, they have very little commitment to you. In other words, you might be at a home party, because a home party is a lead generation system in itself. It's just that, and it will become a self-perpetuating business in home party when you have enough other ways to bring leads in at the home party. You can't just sit back when you schedule 6 shows and wait for home parties to generate leads.
Well, let me ask you, with this particular system, how quickly can people begin to see benefit from it? Do you just have to constantly push people through it? Do you start really wide, as you say, and then kind of narrow it through and kind of have people dripping through it? Is that how it works?
Well, the way it works, first of all, how quick you said, I mean, I would say 9 months, because that's how long it took me.
Well, what I like about it, at least you're speaking from experience. You're not just throwing some number out there. Okay.
Right. Well, so it took me 9 months to go from 0 sales and 0 shows to a full-time income. But the other part of the sales funnel is the graduated system of commitment. When a person walks into a home party, they've come as a guest. They have no commitment to you, no customer loyalty per se. But if they buy a product, they've dropped into your funnel a little bit further. And if they schedule a show, maybe, or they come back again, and then they sign up to be a consultant. In other words, the levels of commitment drop down the funnel, and so it's kind of like we have a tendency in this industry to try to shove people in this funnel from the bottom. Like if you walk up to somebody, you have your list, and you walk up to somebody and say, hey, I just started with my fantastic company, and do you want to have a show? Or I just started with my fantastic company, I love their products, let's sign you up today.
Happens
we don't develop
all the time, all the time.
Right, no relationship building, no customer loyalty, nothing. And so the idea of the funnel is that you first get them in the funnel through your lead generation system with a minimal commitment, no loyalty. At an expo, if they stop and talk to you at your booth, they've stepped into your funnel. They have no loyalty to you, but they're in the funnel. And so your relationship building drops them down a little bit further. Maybe they check yes when they fill out the price drawing slip, and then they drop down a little bit further if they answer the phone when you call them. And so this continued commitment of loyalty, a home party, you come to more and more shows, this continued commitment of becoming more and more dedicated to you with customer loyalty is what keeps the cash coming out the bottom, the two combined. But when you just shove leads into your funnel and just try to close the deal the day you meet them, it doesn't work.
Well, it sounds absolutely fantastic. I know just from watching you, I've seen you teach it. I've actually been on the same stage with you talking about leads and things. It's an absolutely great way to do business. Deb, we're going to have to get ready to wrap this up. A couple of quick things, and we'll let you finish this up. We've got about 45 seconds. Where will you be speaking next? And if someone wants to get in touch with you, how do they do it?
Well, every Wednesday I speak on the radio internationally, worldwide. And so that is really the best way, because I could say where I'm speaking in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to Vermont next month. And it's just like, you're not going to be there because you're probably in the UK or California. But I am on internet radio every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and go to cashflowshowradio.com and sign up for the newsletter. That way you get all the announcements for all the live and radio performances as well. And the best way to reach me is 717-751-2793 or Deb at debbixler.com, www.cashflowshowradio.com.
Deb, it has been an absolute pleasure. This is why you're one of my all-time favorite people. And you've helped me out quite a bit over the years. I really appreciate it. Look, we're going to look to have you back on in the next 3 or 4 weeks if you're up for it. A couple other things that we want to talk to you about, since you're so knowledgeable. If you're going to be around, if we don't get to you before the holidays are over, have a nice holiday season, and definitely Happy New Year to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Keeper. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to doing it again.
You take care now.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, when we come back, I'm going to have a special commentary on what leadership is all about. See you in a few seconds.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Zango. We've done it.
Leadership is a word that's commonly used in direct selling. When I first got involved in 1995, one of the things that I found really fascinating was the statement, we're not in the sales business, we're in the leadership business. Recently, I was at an event where an executive mentioned that the greatest leader in their company has yet to arrive. And this company's been around for a long time. And it got me to thinking, do we really build leaders in the traditional sense in direct selling, meaning that we are following people because of a cause or a movement? They have this incredible strength of character, integrity, or they have the need to protect the weak, the need to protect the innocent? Or are we talking about leadership in the sense of being a sales leader? Because the two are very, very different. And I think we need to be very, very careful when we give the title to anyone, you are a leader. Typically in direct selling, when someone says you are a leader, it's because of one thing. You built a large sales organization. And even that, in large part, is misleading because you yourself didn't really build the entire sales organization. Unlike a real estate agent who can be a top sales leader who's constantly selling real estate, you can go directly to that person's actions and determine whether or not they produced results. In direct selling, it's very different. To be a leader, or more to the point, to be a sales leader, you oftentimes need to connect with 2 or 3 very highly successful people who have a massive group of people that they can get in touch with, and they can constantly build a business, and you have this exponential growth. The person at the top is considered the leader of the company based on that. But that doesn't mean that they are a true leader. That means they're at the top of an organization that is massively selling or massively doing something, building a large downline. As I said, I think we need to be very, very careful with the word leader when giving it to someone. Because in direct selling, you're not really leading people. You are as I said, you're at the top of a sales organization. Just because a person speaks on stage does not make them a leader. It just makes them a celebrity. It makes them a public figure, usually for that company. The greatest leaders in direct selling are those that can move people emotionally, that can get an entire group of people to get behind a cause. I would definitely have to say that individual has not come into direct selling yet. Because there are issues that face direct sellers that go well beyond the business, where we need to have someone who can help craft and structure a voice for us as a community. I used to think it was our associations, but now I doubt it very seriously. Our associations are oftentimes people who put together a structure in place that allows people to connect and build their business or teach or just something along those lines. But I'm finding that the more I get to know associations, the more I'm finding that even the people that I thought were leaders are really reluctant. They really don't want to lead. They just want to be behind the scenes. Leadership is a very important word, and we have to be very, very careful who we give that tag to. Leaders are often those people who looks at the world from this perspective. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and very few people in direct selling take that point of view. Oftentimes it's my need is what overshadows the needs of everyone else, even though I'm saying the opposite. We have to be very careful. We really can be a nation, a direct selling nation of leaders. But we can't have everyone calling themselves a leader. Otherwise, we don't have a leader at all. Has the leader come into direct selling that can really lead us to the promised land, or in this sense, lead us in such a way that we can get things that we need done politically, socially, economically? No, I don't think so. That vacuum, that void has yet to be filled. It's going to require someone with a lot of courage, a lot of self-sacrifice, a willingness to step up and say what needs to be said, even if it means that it's going to cause some damage to themselves. Because as a community, we are a community of people who are looking for someone to lead, someone to help us. After all, the way you make money in this industry is helping other people. It can't just be about you. And oftentimes with our leaders, even for those leaders of those particular companies, my conversations have found me to realize that it's really about them. Are we a company or an industry of leaders? No. But boy, do we need them.